Alright, fine. You keep your little frisbee thing. Selfish little... What's up, racers and collectors? CB here. Poncho is here, obviously, as well. So here are the cars eligible to be raced from the K case. I have separated them into competitive groups. We're going to pick out 4. We're going to take a closer look at them. We're going to get them on the track. And we're going to do a little racing. Come on along. Alright, I wanted to start things off right, so I picked out the Supercars for our first heat, and these are some nice looking models right here. McLaren Speedtail is always pretty fast. I want to keep an eye on that one, but I'm anxious to see how this Ferrari does. First time on the track, first time ever getting one. Let's see what they can do. Here we go. Well, that didn't go exactly how I thought it would. McLaren, you let me down. Alright, Ferrari had a good showing. No real great speeds on any of these. Gordon Murray Automotive does get the win, though. Done a lane switch. We're going to send him again. You saw in Heat 1, Gordon Murray Automotive is going to be moving on. Now we've got the fantasy cars. This is the cool group of fantasy cars. All of these are really cool models. Don't know who to pick on this one. Crescendo usually tends to be pretty fast, good track car. But this one's up for grabs. Let's see what happens. On a good close race between these 4. Drift and Brake does get the win. Not real great times, but not too bad. I'm hoping we get some sub 3 second times out of one of these cars sometime today. Done the lane switch. Let's send them down again here. Well, still pretty hot outside. Glad we're inside here. Moving on to the next heat. Got some muscle cars. Gonna put a couple Fords against some Mopar here. You saw in that last race the Drift and Brake is going to be moving on. Kind of curious to see how these do. Don't think that Coronet's going to do real well. Real narrow axles. You're going to see that thing fishtailing all the way down. But let's see what happens. Well, not a lot of muscle with these muscle cars. Pretty slow times all the way around. 67 Mustang does get the win, but we gotta find some more speed here. That was pretty pathetic. Alright, for the next heat, I went with some Vans and Wagons. And I think we'll actually get a little more speed out of this group. That tracked wagon is always a pretty fast car. So is the Volkswagen. In fact, a few of you have picked that Volkswagen to win this case event. I think this Renault, this little yellow Renault, is going to be fast. I've seen it on other people's tracks. Tends to be pretty quick. Let's see how they do. Alright, Volkswagen gets a slow start, but does run down. The tracked wagon gets the win. A little disappointed in that little yellow Renault. Thought that was going to be a lot faster. Lane switch is done. Here we go again. Volkswagen moves on, and we've got some actual race cars on the track at the starting gate ready to go. Do love that Corvette gasser. Cruise Bruiser can be fast. Lotus, it's one of my favorite new models, but it is always pretty slow. Formula One, we raced a 5-pack of Formula One cars, and they were okay. Nothing to really get excited about. Let's see what happens with this. My pick's the Corvette, but I haven't been right yet today, so let's see. So the Cruise Bruiser getting the win with a 3.00 time. That is the fastest time of the day. We've done a lane switch. Let's see if we can get that thing under 3 seconds. Here we go. All right, here's a look at your heat winners from today. Good looking group, but we've still got a lot more racing to go. The next heats will be coming at you next week. I want to thank you for coming out and watching the races with me. Please feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to reach me directly, it's frugaltiecaster@gmail.com.